We're live. Hi, it's Bonnie here from Step into Brilliance, and I am ready for a Sunday chat. Are you? I hope you're having a beautiful start to your morning. Tell you what, though, it is so rainy out there today. It's just been pouring since about 6 a.m. when I got up. Like, we're talking, is Noah building stuff? Because if he is, I need to know. But you know what? It's kind of peaceful. The rain. I'm surprised you actually. If you can hear it, I wouldn't be surprised. It's coming down, but it was kind of nice, like peaceful way to just slowly wake up this morning, listening to the rain. Quite nice, actually. Not complaining, but oh, is it gloomy? So, how are you today? I hope you're well. I hope this is finding you very, very well. And if you're not, I hope that whatever is not well recovers soon. Today's Sunday chat, I want to talk a little bit about stress and happiness. It's a hot topic, so we're not going to get through everything that there is to do with it, but I have two big things that I want to talk about, if that's okay. Hopefully we'll stay in our time frame. So the first thing is, let's just talk about stress. What is stress? Give me an answer below. What do you think stress is? Especially if you're watching this later, you even get to pause and give me your answer. But at the crux of all of it, we have like a million billion different reasons for stress. But what stress is a physical reaction, a psychological reaction to a thought. Think about it for just a moment. And we've done these sort of taking it back exercises before. Everything comes back to the thought. All of our emotional reactions, our physical reactions, have to start with a thought, or they don't. They don't start at all. Just consider how easy it is to change your thoughts. We've done this before, right? Do you remember the exercise I did with you? It was a while back, and we can do it again really quick because it's short and sweet, where I ask you to think of a really awful situation, something that you know about or you have experienced that just, it's heart-wrenching, it's heartbreaking, and just really be with that, right? And a lot of you, I remember when we did this the first time, were like, oh, I didn't enjoy that. It was really hard, and you don't want to go there, but just let yourself touch those emotions because you're thinking these thoughts. Take a breath, let those thoughts go, and now let's think of something really wonderful, really, really wonderful. One of the best days of your lives. Your wedding, the birth of a child, the day you graduated, when you adopted your puppy and brought him home for the first time, right? Whatever it is, think of that. And did you notice your physical body changed? You guys, it was just a thought. Neither of those two things are happening right now to you, around you, or, you're not immersed in that. Thoughts. It all starts with a thought. Now, here's the beautiful part about that exercise. If you recall, the other part of it is how easy it is for you to literally change your thought once you're aware of it. Now, I was guiding that, so, I helped you. But once you gain that awareness that these are thoughts, you acknowledge the thought, and then you can shift it. Perfect example of this, one of my favorite examples, especially if you live in the lower mainland of BC like I do, is traffic. Imagine that you're running late already because, Monday mornings, that's tomorrow. Let's face it, that happens. you grab your keys, you're shooting out the door, you get in the car, you hit the highway, and traffic, or an accident, or just bottlenecks, like it. And there seems to be more and more of it these days. So we have a choice. What thought are we going to have about it? An acceptance. Well, I'm here now. This is what it is. I will do the best I can with what I have, and pop in a great tunes or an audiobook and enjoy my time. Maybe don't meditate though. Meditating and driving is not so good. Or you can do what a lot of people do and let the stress build because of the thought you're thinking. I'm going to be like, oh my God, this is going to be awful. I'm going to be so embarrassed. What am I going to say? On and on and on. Nothing you can do except not be stressed by changing your thought. So just to reiterate, my point is that stress begins with a thought, and it's our reaction to that thought. Along with that, I want to talk to you about happiness. These two things seem to be closely related these days. What I have learned, and I'm not going to give you the long drawn out stories about it, I just want to impart what I've learned and what I've figured out, and hopefully plant a seed for you that lets you have this grow for yourself. So what I have learned about happiness, it doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you get. It doesn't matter how much you get. Happiness is you. It's a choice, just like stress is a choice. People don't do things. Traffic isn't happening to you. It's just happening, right? People aren't jerks to you. They're just having a moment. Your happiness is a choice, and here's how I know that. It's my belief that happiness is our natural state of being. Happiness and peace is our natural, it's how we're meant to be. Pain happens, absolutely. Unfortunately, a lot of us hold on to it. We don't move through it, right? We let the pain of life dictate who we are instead of us dictating who we are to the pain of life. Don't believe me? Okay. Let's look at children. What is a natural state of a child? Once their needs are met, they're happy. They're content. They burble and bubble along. Once they're fed and burped and loved, that's it. You don't see a 2-year-old, worrying about upgrading their iPhone so that they can be, the coolest kid on the block. Well, what do we do as adults? We've been taught that happiness is outside of us, and we need to go get it. But what I have learned is that the act of chasing those things for, to fill those holes, and whatever it is, whatever fills the holes for you, right? Be it food, a perfect body, or, the newest, greatest tech, the biggest house, the most degrees, whatever it is, whatever is filling that hole for you, that hole doesn't have a bottom. You just keep filling it and things fall out, and filling it and things fall out, and you just have to keep continually trying to fill it, because that's not what fills that hole, right? The hole is created by you and can only be filled by you. So instead of thinking of filling the hole, just think about closing it so it doesn't even exist. And what do we need, right? connection. Doesn't cost anything. Love. You give it, you get more of it. It's a beautiful system. Right? That's how it works. If you want more love and connection in your life, be love. Be more loving. Connect to other people. Accept you are a whole person. You are valid and wonderful just as you are. And be happy and be content with where you are and who you are, even if you want more. And don't misunderstand me. Wanting more, enjoying things, but connecting those things to who you are and your worth and your happiness is where the problem lies. Listen, I get a lot of pleasure out of driving. So for me, having a reliable, decent, comfortable car with a good stereo system is enjoyable. It's pleasure. But not having that, and I've not had those things, right? I mean, although some people might disagree whether my little Ford Escape, it's an older one. I like the shape of it. It makes me happy. It's comfortable. It gets me where I need to go. But it's also pleasurable to drive. So my needs are met, and I find pleasure in it. But when I eventually, at some point, have to replace it, because unfortunately they do not last forever, and I plan on being around a little longer, my worth doesn't go with it. My happiness doesn't go with it. Even if I sell it and don't buy another vehicle, my happiness doesn't go with it. You see the difference? I can find pleasure in it and enjoy it, but it's not me. It's not my worth. It's not a reflection of who I am. It's a reflection of what I enjoy. I enjoy a lot of things, right? They don't mean that that's who I am. Who I am is something completely different. And so, what is the point of me telling you this? How are stress and happiness connected? Listen, this world that we live in right now, we have excellent marketers. We have, Facebook, where we type in something and they track us and they advertise to us and they tell us we need things. And we're missing out if we don't. The fear of missing out is a powerful motivator. It absolutely is. But you can't be motivated by that if you know who you are. You can be interested, but it's easy to walk away. So, where does your happiness come from? Right here. I mean, who I am has value. I choose to just be. How did I get here? Well, I'm not always here. I'm not going to lie. There are days, and there are sometimes multiple days where I just not feeling it. And so what do? Here's what I do, and maybe this will help you. So what I'm telling you is to connect to that inner voice, that inner happiness. You gotta be. You gotta stop chasing and just be. And one of the ways to do that is obviously through meditation. And I know, a lot of people are going to be like, I'm too busy for meditation. If you're too busy for meditation, what is it? I think it was the Dalai Lama who said, if you're too busy for meditation, then you need it more, right? Something about when I'm not busy, I meditate for 30 minutes. And when I am really, really busy, I meditate for 2 hours, something like that. Know your goals, your long-term goals, and remember to make your decisions based on those. And that will cut down a lot of extraneous nonsense. I mean, think about when you're saving up for a new car, for example, and you might say, I have this goal, so I'm not going to just go wander in the shopping mall because I know I'm going to spend money. Or I'm going to go out for dinner, but I'm not going to order appetizers. I'm going to try to save a little money, right? So you do things based on the goal. Well, you can do that for your whole life, right? Your relationships, your career, your financial situation, like all of it, right? If your goal is to be happy, make choices based on that, right? And notice the stress. Stress, those feelings of stress, the tension, the headaches, those are your body's way of telling you you are disturbing your inner peace. You are doing things that are disturbing your inner peace. And we all have a voice. We all have a voice that tells us this, don't we? That inner voice. Do you ever get that, 3 or 4 a.m. wake up where you're just like, oh, why am I awake? What's happening? Well, that's the universe trying to talk to you. That's your inner guidance. Listen to it. Ask yourself, what am I doing right now that is disturbing my natural state of being? And then, try to mitigate that and lessen it and do less of that. And choose the thoughts that you think, right? So notice your stress. Notice those physical reactions to the thoughts and shift them, because you don't need those. It's not going to make any difference. If you're stuck in traffic, you're stuck in traffic, right? Getting angry and slamming your fist into the steering wheel is not going to get you there any faster. Trust me. It's just going to get you there flustered and angry and completely destroy any hope you had for a good day. Right? And I mean, I've known people who do that, literally. In university, I shortly dated a guy who hit a speed bump too hard. That's it. And he literally slammed his steering wheel so hard he broke the horn. So then he got even angrier because the horn was blaring. And I remember sitting in the passenger side going, who is this person? Oh my God. That was pretty much the end of it. But, right? It didn't make sense. But yet we do things like that all the time. Maybe not to that extreme. That's a pretty extreme sort of example, but notice where you're doing that to yourself. You're allowing those emotions to kick up because of the thoughts. And when you notice the emotions kicking up, check your thoughts. What am I doing? What am I allowing? What thought is disturbing my natural state of being? So instead of thinking I got to go out and I need to get so much money in order to finally feel secure and happy. Right? I need to get that promotion and then I'll be happy. I need to lose 20 pounds and then I'll be happy. I need a good relationship and then I'll be happy. Spoiler alert, it actually works the other way around. When you recognize your worth and your happiness is based on your inner light. People who don't work that way are going to be uncomfortable and they will wander away. They will wander off. People who do work that way, you want to be around other people who are whole and loving and connected and in their natural state of being more often. They're going to start finding you and you're going to start finding them. We're going to recognize each other. But you have to do the inner work first. Right? But so stop thinking of happiness being out there and recognize that your natural state of being is happiness. It is peace. And then figure out what is shaking up your natural state of being and deal with it. How does that sound? It's a lot easier, don't you think? And it works. It really works. So, I think I actually kept within our time limit today. But before I go, I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and remind you that this is the start of a brand new week. As rainy as it might be here or sunny as it might be there, it is a brand new week and a time for you to recognize that you have everything you need inside of you and around you to support a beautiful, beautiful week and to support you in achieving and thriving. And we're here for you too. So do let me know your feelings and your thoughts on today's topic. If you want to revisit anything that I've said, let me know and I'll add that to my list of Sunday chats. Or even make a second video later in the week when I see your comments. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you. I'm so glad that you're here and that you're part of our community. We need more love and connection. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.